Hey, it's Sandra from Conversion Minded, and today I'm covering 5 reasons why you may not be getting the traffic that you want to your website. And I'm going to also show you what you can do about it and how to change it. Before we get into this, I just want to let you know about an upcoming workshop that I have where I show you how to double your traffic and your email list in just 30 days. Make sure you sign up for that. I'm going to leave a link in the description there. Okay, so 5 reasons why you might not be getting the traffic that you want. Number 1 is you may not be sharing content that resonates with your audience. So you might be creating content, sharing it on social media, or you're blogging about topics that your audience just doesn't really jive with. It's not really connecting. So what you want to do about that is kind of take a little inventory of what you've been sharing, take a look at your blog posts, and then do a little bit of digging in terms of research. You want to do some market research. You want to look at content that's already resonating with your audience. So you want to look at social media. You want to look at what people are searching for on Google. And you want to kind of come up with a laundry list of themes and topics that they're interested in. Then take a look at what you've been sharing and make sure that that aligns. So that's the first place that I would look. And along with that, you want to be structuring your blog posts in a way that makes it very easy for people to understand and digest. So you want to break it up. You want to use things like bullet points. You want to use short sentences, short words, short paragraphs. Make it really easy for people to consume your content once they do click on it. That's a big deal too. The other thing that this is going to help you with is going to help you write better blog titles and better headlines for the posts that you're sharing on social media. Because once you really know what your audience wants, then you can frame it and you can deliver it to them much easier. So take that inventory, take a look at what you're doing now, and do that research. Kind of compare both of those spreadsheets of the topics that you're sharing and the topics that your audience is actively sharing and searching for, and you'll be on your way to getting more traffic that way. The second thing is that you may not be doing on-page SEO. So you want to make that part of your routine. You definitely want to get into the habit of installing that Yoast SEO if you're on WordPress and following those prompts. You want to have your keyword in your title, in your meta title, which is that SEO title that Yoast will show you. You also want to have it in your meta description throughout your content a couple times. You want to have it in your images, and you also want to have it in your permalink, your URL. So there's a couple other places. Yoast will prompt you for that, but make sure that you are doing on-page SEO. Do it religiously. And then the one thing I'm going to point out here is that some people are using Yoast already and they're still not getting the traffic. So Yoast might give you that green thumbs up for your SEO looks good, but you're still not getting the traffic. And when that happens, that means that number 3, you might be aiming for the wrong target keyword. So if you're aiming for a highly competitive keyword that big blogs and websites are already ranking for and competing for too, they're just going to have a lot more resources in order, to be able to rank for that. So you're going to have a harder time competing. So especially when you're starting out and you're getting your footing and you're growing your blog or your website, you want to be going for lower hanging fruit keywords where you would have the potential to rank. So you can look for, higher monthly search volume, lower competition. That's always the way to go when we talk about SEO. But, you don't have to go for like super huge monthly search volume, because a lot of times there's a correlation between search volume and competition. So you want to have a healthy amount of monthly search volume when you're doing your keyword research, and then as low the competition level as possible. Some tools you can use are Jaxie, which I love. That is a really good tool to quickly show you opportunities and other related keywords that you can use. And also KW Finder is really good. It's another great tool. And then for related keywords, you can use tools like Ubersuggest and Longtail Pro. So those are some tools that you can use to help you with the keyword research. Just remember that when you're talking about target keywords and keywords, that we're not really talking about one keyword anymore. It's kind of changed, and Google is looking for some semantic relevance, and is looking for keywords that give it an indication of what your post is about. So you want to add in related keywords. That's why you want to look for those other related keywords, and then you start seeing like the cumulative monthly search volume. When you add all of these up, it gives you a lot of potential to rank. So make sure that you're using related keywords as well as your target keywords. And this is one of the shortcomings, I think, of Yoast SEO. A lot of people think when they just enter that target keyword, they're good to go. But really, Yoast SEO is just giving you prompts. It's not Google, right? And Google is looking for those other keywords, so make sure that you incorporate those too. So that's the on-page SEO. That's number 2, and that takes care of number 3, which is your keywords. Now, if we move on to promotional strategies, when you're actually, out there promoting your content, that brings me to number 4 and 5. Number 4 is that you may not be spending enough time promoting your content. As a general rule, you want to spend as much time promoting as you are creating, at the very least. So 50-50 split. So, I think some people will just automatically share to Facebook, and they'll share to Twitter and maybe Instagram, and then they think they're good to go. And really, you have to be sharing over and over again. You have to be sharing the right times. You have to be sharing frequently according to that specific channel. And you want to be sharing to as many places as you possibly can. So think about repurposing your content. If you create a blog post, turn it into a video, get it up on YouTube, share it on Facebook. Especially on Facebook, the engagement levels are much higher when you share videos, you do live videos, those types of things. Just make sure that you are actively seeking out ways to promote your content, okay? And it's not just share it once and everything's fine. People are going to, you want people to see this over and over again as you build your followers. You want followers to be able to see even your older content, so you want to be resharing it. So you have to get a little bit of strategy in there, which leads me to my last tip, is that you want to be really focusing on the right channels, and you want to be strategic about the way that you're sharing to those channels. And what I mean by that is that there are just channels where it's easier to get traffic, and one of those channels is Pinterest. So I always recommend that people start embracing and digging into Pinterest, because Pinterest is a channel where you can start to get traffic on autopilot. It starts happening while you're doing other things, and you can kind of step back. Whereas on the other channels, you have to constantly be on social media. You have to constantly be engaging and promoting. And with Pinterest, because it's set up differently, it's actually not a social media channel at all. It's more like a search engine, more like a social bookmarking site. And what that really means is that your pins start taking a life of their own, and you can generate that traffic after you have, shared it strategically on the platform. So you can generate a lot of traffic for months and even years, and meanwhile you're working on other things in your business. You're not always, having to build a following in order to get traffic. Pinterest doesn't work like that. You can get traffic without having a big following at all. So I recommend Pinterest, but again, I know that some people are comfortable on Facebook. Maybe Instagram is your place where you're hanging your hat, or even Twitter. Even LinkedIn, that's totally fine. It's just that you have to dig in to that channel in order to leverage real traffic and real growth, because you can't just skim the surface. You definitely want to understand kind of the culture to each platform, and you want to understand how to really own it, right? And really make it work for you. So if it's over on Facebook, you want to be doing things like Facebook Lives, and maybe boosting those lives and getting engagement, and then, driving traffic from that, maybe retargeting. You want to do things like leverage Facebook groups, maybe start a Facebook group. And if it's on Instagram, you want to be doing things like Instagram stories, and make sure that you're posting regularly. Make sure you're engaging on Instagram regularly. And you can also get multiple links if you use something like Linktree or Link in Bio, if you use the later scheduling platform like I do. That gives you the opportunity to get some more links, and especially with Instagram Stories, once you have 10,000 followers, you can get that swipeable link where you can actually have people link directly to your page or your post. So another reason to get those followers up. So those are my 5 tips for you. If you're not getting traffic, these might be some reasons why, and also some ways that you can go about correcting it, changing it, so that you can start getting that traffic happen. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me keep creating content for you guys, and definitely subscribe to my channel. It helps me continue what I'm doing, which is trying to help you build a profitable online business. And make sure you sign up for that webinar. It's going to be really good. I'm going to show you how to double and triple your traffic in just 30 days, and that is using Pinterest. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun.